What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukishu. We are back with another Musume video, and in today's video, it is just gonna be the final League of Heroes day, along with the last final tickets. It being the final day, like I said, and only 5 tickets, simply because I did forget the 5 tickets over the weekend, because I did forget to participate during day 3, which got me a little worried, but at the same time, still made it to platinum. As you guys can see, I'm in plat 1 during day 5. Decided to just use the 5 tickets because why not, instead of saving it for this video. And honestly, the first 3 tickets I went undefeated, didn't lose any races, and got all 1,000 points on all of those tickets, which led me to quickly make it to platinum faster than I thought. Then during the 4th and 5th ticket, obviously I did get the losses back, and here we are in platinum 1 on the final day, which is the main goal. I was able to make it a platinum, which I was for sure I was still gonna make it. It's just now I can't really go to plat 4, or try to go to plat 4, even if things go well for the rest of these 5 tickets. So with that being said, that's going to be pretty much the plan for this video. Just go over the last final tickets while also going over the comments, and that'll be pretty much it for the this video once we go over all of that. So before we do jump into the video, along with the comments, the races, and all that, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below, because there is a channel called Circle Requests. Because if you guys haven't joined a circle and you guys are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join, it'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, either go to the Discord servers in the channel Circle Request, or to the comment section down below and let me know that you want to join the circle along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, let's just get this started, and I shall go over the comments, which I do have loaded up. And the first comments are going to be from Nova. First one says, "No, happy too late birthday, Shushu." Thank you. Yes, unfortunately, it did. It did occur during the weekend, so y'all weren't able to keep commenting as the days progress. I was kind of curious when you guys, so I asked when you guys thought it would be, and your guess would have been good last year, if I'm not mistaken. Would have been good last year, because last year it was during Black Friday. It was supposed to be Saturday, this past Saturday, but because of the leap year, it pushed it into Sunday, and then now we're just here. Also, unfortunate about your tickets. Almost had the same problem because I was doing Uma in between my WUA and Zenless Marathon. I was also pushing HBR story at the same time. Yeah, I did WUA and Zenless early that day, and then did a run for Pretty Derby, but then things, like I said, things came up, and by the time I realized, it was past the time where the League of Heroes would reset, so that was all my bad. So I guess I made a UC5 Christmas Bright with S on Long. Not long after Christmas Palmer UC3 with S in Runner and Long. Now it's probably just training a debuffer in Cheer Nature. I have to replace the Nature card with something else. Maybe those two were easy to train because of their 20% bonus on Stamina, and Ryoka is OP as usual. Well, for myself, I haven't really gotten into long TM training at all, or as much. Just been trying to do what I can do. But other than that, yeah, I do have a UD4 UD5 Seiyun Sky that has an L, oh, not an L, an S in long distance. That's all I got, and that's only because I was trying to make a parent for Kita. League of Heroes Plat 4 for me is like a dream that's even less tangible than CM Group A finals win. I know because I only did 2 CMs to get to Group A finals wins, and all these League of Heroes did just get me to Plat 3 at most. In the end, League of Heroes is overshadowed by CM prep as usual. Oh yeah, if you definitely prep for the League of Heroes, you probably would make it a Plat 4. It's just the same thing with CM, where I knew you'd be able to make it a Group A finals and possibly even win it if you had just trained like you did in the last CM. So pretty sure you can do it. It's just a matter of not whether you would put the time to train. But at this point, we know where we stand and how we play the game. So just whenever you feel like it, I would assume. Tanoki told me Vivlos is meta last CM, and I'm like, Usudaro. Well, regardless if she is meta or not, just using her warms my heart. I remember shedding a tear when I saw her final spurt, beating those 2 Donnas in the front. In the end, I could only have enough motivation to train Umas that I like. Yeah, at the end of the day, whether or not the Uma that you like training or just like in general and you're training them, whether or not they become meta, it doesn't really necessarily matter because you like the Uma. It's kind of like like the main 2 examples I would use. One of them is literally on the screen, while the other one I'm using myself is Christmas Aguri Cap and I guess 3 Duramente and also New Year's Kita-san. So I've been in that boat since Christmas Aguri Cap in the first years, so it doesn't matter to me. If you like using the Uma, just keep using the Uma. That's all that really matters. Ooh, we got 3rd place in that one. Current results for the League of Heroes. Wait, I feel like I missed a comment. I did miss 2 comments from Nova in the yesterday's video because he did add some updates. Well, I will just go over them after I finish up these then. I was just going from the yesterday's video, but these other 2 were from the other video. Where did I leave off? Current result for the League of Heroes, 22.190 points with 5 tickets to spare, Plat 1. Now we see how tryhards these whales are. Bring it on. With 5 tickets left, you're in Plat 1. So pretty much like I am, but interesting. That's interesting. Oh, wait. Yeah, interesting. Wait. I don't know. You'll just let me know. I'm confused, but we'll just let it go. Oh, there is a comment for the Zenless video. I'll go over that last for all the Nova comments. The next one is a fairly long one. Tanoki and I had a long discussion on Discord about what an Uma player is when it comes to optimization as a free-to-play. The discussion was cordial and it wasn't really anything personal. Rather, I realized that there are questions that I have not really asked myself since my return from hiatus. What does it mean to be an Uma player, and am I playing Uma in an optimized way or even a correct way? I never really thought about the whole what does it mean to be an Uma player. It honestly depends how you want to play the game to begin with. If you want to just be there to train the Umas you pull, or if you pull for or like, and just enjoy the game from there without really taking the PvP stuff too seriously, but just participating just to participate. Or are you there to try and get the best possible outcome when you do the League of Heroes or the CM? It all depends your approach towards the game, which what makes you that kind of Uma player, I guess. But what does it mean to be an Uma player? Well, simply, it's just to train your Umas, no? And am I playing Uma in an optimized way or even a correct way? Well, I can say that mine is not fully optimized because of the fact that I don't have the best parents, or at least good enough parents. I would most likely would just say have decent enough parents, not good enough. But good enough parents who where they can actually help me more when it comes down to wanting a higher rank in my training. Also, basically kind of just like what Eugen is doing with training these parents for skills and all that. Obviously obviously um I don't really hoard or it's pretty obvious. I don't necessarily hoard my carrot jewels too much, so that's another factor, because then I'm not really necessarily saving for support cards, for these meta support cards, though, that are, I guess impactful towards how you would train. So I guess for me, if we're gonna think about it that in that sense, most likely not. But I'm still trying with what I have. This is a whole different thing. That is my answer, at least, but let's see what you have to say. Setting aside the meta, I mostly just thought of Uma as a casual, quotes, open and close quotes, casual game that does involve some PvP if you want to get rocks. It can be. I mean, in a sense, I kind of do see it that way because, like I said, it is not the game that I would say that I take or think seriously about. When I say think seriously is like actually like going over the stuff and trying to optimize it and be the best possible as I can, like I would if we look at like Star Rail, like the other games. It's pretty much trying to get like the best possible equipment or just good enough for them to be like usable or something like that. Yeah, I couldn't shake off the feeling that there are things that make an Uma player an optimized one, from parent training, pulling on support cards, pulling in Umas, and contributing to fan count and aiming for a higher rank circle. I'm missing more than one factor here that would make me an optimized Uma player. More than one. Oh, I am missing more than one from what you listed as well. There are those who might say that one should be doing all of these things for the Uma experience, but I honestly couldn't bring myself to do it. Be it time constraint or lack of interest, I find parent training dull. I find that fan count contributions was taxing on my mental health, since I was once part of a ranked A circle that required me to reach fan quotas every single month without taking a break. Moreover, I know that Shushu and Yujin do have their way of playing Uma that's different from each other. Some might care more about a certain Uma competing against the meta, or some might just pull for the Umas they want without a care in the world. That is me. That is me. This is more or less my introspection on why I am back playing Uma. After the year or so since my return, I can honestly say that I do not know which category of Uma players I am in. I could be in the casual rank given all the traits I talked about early, but I don't think I am so casual to the point where I am unable to do CM and League of Heroes. Yet, I think there is no correct way to play Uma, and I did think more than I should about this topic. In the end, I know what I'm content with in Uma, and I know that should be different from everyone else. Hanoki's statements just reminded me that I never seriously sat down and thought about how I should be playing Uma. Yet here I am again just thinking that one should play Uma the way they will make them happy. For my other gachas, I can always think of a guide or optimization in my head that would be considered a definite meta that would dictate how I play this gacha. For Uma, I just don't have that mindset. It is weird, yet I have proven that it works with the last CM. It's been a long rant, but I think this is just something I thought worth sharing as to why all of us play Uma as long as we did. Well, honestly, the main reason is I just enjoyed the game the way I played it, and also enjoy the characters, the series, and all that. That's just a simple answer. Ever since I started playing the game, I never really thought about it in a meta perspective, like looking at information for certain things. Like the most information I'll look up is just what the cards do and all that, and whatever you guys tell me. But before, I didn't even think about it. I just went with cards I felt like that would work for myself with what I had, and I was just happy, you know. Every different scenario was the same, just slightly improving from the last one and all that. Never really never really worrying, but also just trying to push myself at the same time to see if I can reach the better results. Hence why I keep aiming for, you know, the higher stuff. But just the way I would, you know, personally enjoy the game. Nothing really too serious. Regardless, it still led to putting in a lot of time, more than you would say the normal player. But I would say that is different these days, where I do see myself playing less Uma, doing like 1 to 2 runs at most daily, where the most I'll actually try to pull is like at least 3 if I can during that day. But compared to last month, my time that I put into Uma compared to last month is definitely lower this month. But no, I never really thought of myself as like like I've said this before. I don't really know stuff like the ins and outs of the game. What it really comes to is just I just know from whatever I played and all that, and just basically been playing since day one. So it may look like I know what I'm doing majority of the time, but there are, if we're going deeper into the game, there are things obviously that I would not know, since I did not put the time in, I would say. Other than that, I mean, obviously I have thought about doing time for the parents training and all that, but just simply can't. Simply can't. Another reason is that there is a reason why I do play multiple gacha games. It's simply because I can't sit and play one gacha game for certain extent of time. That's why if I do end up doing multiple runs a day for Pretty Derby, it'll most likely be while I'm multitasking, playing other games, but Uma being more of the extra, the multitask, while the other ones being the main focus of the games that I'm playing at the same time. But other than that, I mean, I still enjoy the game for how I play it, whether it's me actually saving hair jewels or not, or me just doing multiple trainings. It doesn't necessarily matter. I just, whenever play Pretty Derby, I'm just there with the intent of, you know, training whatever Uma I'm planning to train for whatever reason, whether it be the next CM coming up, whether it be training a different Uma to use them as a parent for an Uma I'm planning to train. It just depends. It just honestly depends whatever I'm planning to, whatever Uma I'm planning to train. That's all I really think of. And I never think more, never think less. Like, oh, well, with the amount of cards with the cards that I have, it doesn't really take too much for me to think about, because a lot of the other cards that I do have, when it comes to making different setups, they won't necessarily help me compared to with what I have. Whether it be cards that I have at no limit break, obviously not having them limit broken or anything, it's not going to be as good or as useful as to those that I already have max limit broken, even though they may or may not be older cards. Obviously that comes down to like the whole point of me not saving and pulling for the cards that I should be saving, which leads me to not being an optimized Uma player, as we are just talking about the topic here, I guess. So yeah, for me, if we're trying to, in a sense, find the correct way, I definitely am not playing the correct way. As playing the correct way, if you're really trying to aim for the best possible results, you would have to spend a lot more time in the game than you would assume. That would come down to parent training, obviously, and then putting in the time just trying to get the best possible result of the Uma you want, right? And obviously, that would take some RNG when it comes down to training. And as we all know, my RNG when it comes down to training isn't necessarily the best. From 1% to 40%, it doesn't necessarily matter. They all feel the same to me. They all just feel the same to me. And I'll still find a way to fail the training. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, the reason why I played Uma for as long as I did since the beginning is only because I enjoyed the series. That's primarily the main reason. I enjoy the series, and I don't. And between all the gacha games I play, it is the most different. So it's a good refresher whenever I'm like not playing the Hoyo games, Wuthering Waves, and all that. So, and that's the main reason. Nothing really when it comes to like the League of Heroes CM, nothing really. Those aren't the main motivations for me playing this game. The main motivation of me playing this game is just simply just enjoying the Umas I train, you know, enjoying the little, community, little group that we had started here in the comments section and the Discord server. That's all that really matters to me at the end of the day. But aiming for the other, like aiming for the highest possible results, like Plat 4 or Group A finals, those are all secondary. Those are all second. That's just my, I guess you could call it the competitive side. But like I said, I don't really necessarily take it too seriously because I know where I stand in the game, especially with what I have and all that. So that's why I say those goals are secondary. Main goal is just having fun with whatever Umas I have, just training them, and just having fun training and talking Umas with you guys. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Let me refresh that. And then lastly, I'm gonna go over the 2 comments from the last video that Nova added, and then his Zenless Zone Zero video comment. Where are we? That would be here. The update for Sunday just finished the main quest for this patch, and I have to say it was decent. Nothing major lore-wise, but the waifu factor is strong in this one. Camilla is bae as usual, and I won't spoil it or anything, but let's just say her hairstyle is lovely in every form. Thanks to her quest, I have decided to get my rover to level 90 once I have finished building Yinlin's Forte. As usual, the weekly bosses are gatekeeping me from finishing these Forte leveling. Then Sunday night update number 2. Finished the Yanagi story, and I can say that Megane without Megane is very good. Too bad it only lasted a few seconds. Yes, it definitely only did last a few seconds. Well, the storyline might be a little cliche since, a certain anime with an S and an A and an O. It's funny, I did mention that in the actual video on my initial thoughts. So I'm not going to pull for it because her playstyle still is kind of hard for me to get into. I said the same thing about Jane Doe. If she has no Megane, then yes, I'd pull regardless. Now it's just save, and maybe swipe if I can't get Shushu's Hoyle luck. Her playstyle is fairly simple. I mean, it just works with the whole Bernice and Caesar team because Bernice is doing what she does best as an off-field DPS, and then Caesar there's the buffer. Then you just have Yanagi out there on the field dealing all the damage. And honestly, even though I did really love enjoying using Bernice as the main DPS along with Lucy and Caesar as just as 2 supporters as the other characters, ever since I started using Yanagi, I've been able to clear quests way faster than I did with Bernice. So On the plus side, I still am using Caesar and Bernice, so that's all that really matters to me. And I have gone to like Yanagi a lot more since the story quest as well. That's all I can say. Her playstyle's not bad. I'm assuming it's the same playstyle as Jane, but it's just, I guess for me, when it came to their fighting style, in a sense, I think I prefer Yanagi's better than Jane's. That's all I can say. And then lastly, from Nova, from the Zenless video, it says, it's good to know that Yanagi isn't a single dimension character. Yes, yes. So I would rate her higher after this special episode. Yet I'm not going to pull her because her playstyle is not my cup of tea. I still find Bernice and Caesar above her. The more I look at the Sons of Caledon, the more I feel like I'm about to... Oh. I think Sons of Caledon and... I do like Section 6, but it's not like I don't really have a care in the world for Haramasa. That was his name? He's just a cool character. Or just a character there, because he's just a guy character. He's just there. Like he's just, yeah, he's just there. That's all I can say. But other than that, that is pretty much it from Nova for all the comments. So thank you, Nova. All the different comments, or from the last video to the last video and to the Zenless video. Thank you for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are going to be from Rick. I somehow got Platinum 2 on League of Heroes, and I think I have a chance to get Plat 3 if he still gets tickets later today. This was commented 15 hours ago. We should have gotten 5 more tickets. You should have gotten the last 5 tickets before this, after this comment went up. So I'm assuming you did get the 5 tickets. I wish you good luck, Shushu, and everyone reading this message. Well, I made it a Plat 2. I feel like I would have made it a Plat 3. Right? Yeah, I definitely would have made it a Plat 3, or could have made it a Plat 3. Or had a chance at least. And then the second comment from Rick says, sorry to hear that you missed a chance to get the 5 tickets for League of Heroes. Yes. It's all good. I made it a Plat 2, and that's all that I can care about right now. Just making a Plat. Other than that, thank you for the comments, Rick. And lastly, the last 2 comments are going to be from Tanoki. So let me quickly refresh the comments. And the last 2 comments from Tanoki says, first one, happy birthday, Shushu, you beautiful man. Oh, I appreciate it, Tanoki. I appreciate it. And lastly, the last comment says, nah, it should just be YouTube funkiness for my notifications. There used to be a time when you'd get notified for comments like instantly, like even with 1 like. Now, if you ever see that, you'd already have like dozens. I don't think it's a setting on your end either. If most other people here are receiving notifications, fine. Well, with Eugen being the only one that mentioned it, he says he doesn't get it through YouTube, but mostly through email notifications. So that's a whole different thing. I'm pretty sure you should be getting email notifications as well. I think. But I'm not really necessarily, even myself, I'm not necessarily on my email that often. I'll check a few times a day, but the only reason why I know the comments are in is basically one, right before I record, I'll check it, of course. And 2, whenever I just want to watch YouTube, I just see that there's, you know, notifications. They're saying, oh, of the comments that you guys posted. So yeah. But other than that, that is pretty much it for the comments. Thank you, Nova, Tanoki, and Rick for all the comments. I appreciate it as always. And with that being said, the final results of the League of Heroes is that I have made it to plat 2, which isn't bad for missing 5 tickets. At least I made it a plat, although I had a chance to make it a plat 3, but it is what it is. As long as I made it a platinum, that's all that necessarily matters. Although I'll be missing out on 500 right over here. Actually, I wouldn't even have made it actually, because I'm short by 1420 to make it a 2600 or 26,000, my bad. So I wouldn't have made it. I actually would have need the 10 tickets because I did place pretty bad in the some of the races in the last 5 tickets, and also, or I would say the last 7 tickets recently. And then didn't really have a good start. There was a few rough races in the beginning as well, but it is what it is. So made it a plat 2 for the League of Heroes, not too bad. Starting tomorrow, should be starting to get ready for the CM. So we'll most likely start training for the CM. Just don't exactly know who to start with. But I do have an idea on who. So you guys should already have an idea as well. So just let me know down in the comments if you who do you expect that I'm gonna train starting tomorrow. But that is a plan for pretty much the rest of the week and until the new banner, new CM, and all of that. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys are making this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Like I said, let me know what you guys think, who you guys think I'm going to be training in tomorrow's video. Also, your final results of the League of Heroes. As you guys known by now, mine is plat 2. And if there's anything else y'all want to talk about or ask me, as long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. It doesn't necessarily have to be just Pretty Derby related. It could be about anything else, whether if it's any of the other gacha games that I've mentioned in the past that I've played. If you guys don't know what it is, well, just I'll eventually mention them another time. Or you can take a guess, or just mention what games you play, and I'll say if I play them as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just Pretty Derby stuff. It could be any other things. So, but like I said, as long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined our Discord server, link is down in the description down below, because there's also a channel called Circle Requests. Because if you guys haven't joined a circle and you guys are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, hit request join. I think I already said that, but regardless, hit request join. It'll let me know, and then after that, go back to the comment section or to the circle request channel on the Discord server and let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not someone else. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.